Welcome to Motorize DE. Today we're taking a close look at the Kawasaki J125, how it performs in everyday riding, where it really shines, and where you have to be honest about its compromises. The J125 is interesting because it pairs Kawasaki's sharp styling with proven, mass-production hardware, aiming to be a genuine alternative to the usual 125cc city scooters. We'll talk performance, ride feel, comfort, maintenance, and the typical things to watch for when buying used. We'll also clarify who it truly suits: commuters, beginners, B196 riders, or anyone looking for a no-nonsense scooter with a more grown-up presence. One concrete detail: depending on the version, the J125 comes with a 260mm front brake disc and a clear, easy-to-read dash with an analog speedometer plus an LCD display. More functional than flashy. Gern, mir fehlt nur der eigentliche Text. Bitte sende den deutschen Voice-Over-Text für Szene 2 oder lade ihn hier rein, dann übersetze ich ihn idiomatisch, natürlich und ansprechend ins Englische. The Kawasaki J125 arrived in 2016 as Kawasaki's entry into the 125cc scooter segment. It wasn't developed entirely in-house, though. It's a closely related sister model based on Kymco hardware. That's not a drawback at all. Kawasaki leaned on a proven platform, then gave it its own face with a distinctive front end and brand-typical bodywork, so the J125 doesn't come across as mere badge engineering. Underneath, the recipe stayed deliberately conservative: a liquid-cooled 4-stroke single with a continuously variable automatic transmission, built for dependable commuting rather than flashy gimmicks. One detail that instantly identifies it: the J125 runs on 13-inch wheels, and depending on the market, offers ABS, positioning the scooter squarely as a grown-up, everyday machine. Gern, mir fehlt nur der eigentliche Text. Bitte sende den deutschen Voice-Over-Text für Szene 4 nach den 3 Strichen, dann übersetze ich ihn idiomatisch, natürlich und ansprechend ins Englische. From a technical standpoint, the Kawasaki J125 is engineered right to the A1 limit. A liquid-cooled 125cc 4-stroke single with fuel injection and a 4-valve head produces around 10 to 11 kilowatts depending on the version, up to 15 horsepower. Power is sent to the rear wheel through a continuously variable CVT automatic, making stop-and-go traffic pleasantly stress-free. The chassis uses a telescopic fork up front and twin rear shocks, combined with 13-inch wheels for a stable balance of agility and straight-line confidence. Braking feels surprisingly maxi for the class: a 260mm disc at the front and a 240mm disc at the rear, with ABS available depending on trim. Commuter-friendly details include a roughly 7.4-liter tank and a ready-to-ride weight of about 182 kilograms. Mir fehlt noch der eigentliche Text. Nach Original steht bei dir nichts. Bitte sende den deutschen Voice-Over-Text für Szene 6 oder ein Fotoscreenshot davon und sag kurz: eher werblich, dokumentarisch oder locker. Zielpublikum Region oder Englisch. Länge, Timing. Muss es ungefähr gleich lang sein wie das Deutsche. Dann übersetze ich ihn idiomatisch und passend fürs Voiceover. Visually, the Kawasaki J125 looks like a maxi scooter scaled down. A sharp-edged front, clean, defined lines, and a wide rear end that conveys real stability. At the same time, it stays slim enough that it never feels like a boat in city traffic. Ergonomics are a strong point too, with a low, easy-to-reach seat at around 775mm and a step-through design that makes getting on and off effortless in everyday use. The handlebar is nicely wide, the knee angle relaxed, so even longer rides don't start to feel annoying right away. One practical detail that matters day to day: the instrument cluster pairs an analog speedometer with an LCD display for the clock, odometer, and trip meter. Under the seat, there's usually room for a full-face helmet. Not a given in this class. Gern, mir fehlt nur der eigentliche Text. Bitte sende den deutschen Voice-Over-Text für Szene 8 ab oder als vollständigen Abschnitt, dann übersetze ich ihn idiomatisch, natürlich und ansprechend ins Englische. In traffic, the J125 feels mature and refreshingly unflustered. The automatic transmission takes the busy work out of riding. The engine responds cleanly to the throttle, and pulling away from a stop, it feels confident enough to flow with city traffic without stress. The 13-inch wheels add more composure than many small urban scooters, without sacrificing agility in tight, hectic streets. When maneuvering at walking pace, though, you do notice the weight. At around 182 kilos ready to ride, the J125 is no lightweight, yet that mass also helps it stay planted on rough roads. Even with a passenger, the suspension remains controlled, as long as the shocks are in good shape. Practical perks. There's room for a full-face helmet under the seat, and the 7.4-liter tank makes commuting possible without constant refueling. One more detail. The long V65mm wheelbase noticeably improves straight-line stability. Gern, mir fehlt nur der eigentliche Text. Bitte sende den deutschen Voice-over-Text für Szene 10, dann übersetze ich ihn idiomatisch, natürlich und ansprechend ins Englische.